What's going on, guys? So I am doing a couple of errands here. It's during the quarantine time, so you're not supposed to be out and about, but my wife's got to be working because she's in the Army, and she's got a flat tire. And she's the only one allowed at her unit right now, so I'm going to go bail her out. So this is a little bit of an experiment. I've never really done a driving and talking while videotaping myself driving. So try to pay attention to the road a little bit, but I'll give you some attention on the camera. Yeah, I just honk when I come out of my parking lot at my cafe. So it gives pedestrians the notice that I am coming up so they don't walk out in front of the car. Oh man, I just broke my straw. Drinking my world famous cold brew right now. It's got a super cocoa-y note to it, just like deep chocolate notes. We actually talked about it in one of the videos that I did, Coffee Tasting with Greg. I think it was the episode 2, featuring Alex Foltz. That was a good time. Alex Foltz is one of my best friends. He moved to Georgia. For those who don't know, I'm living up in Vermont. So it was fun. But we do a sampling of our cold brew, so you'll hear a little bit about it if you want to check that out. I'll put a card right up there. Mind you, I'm just driving and just seeing everything. It's a little weird. It's interesting driving during this time, and for those who haven't gone out and about at all, you should get outside at least. We're looking at like a 50-some degree Sunday this week, and I am going to take the kids out and try to go do some nature stuff because we need it. I feel like everybody needs it right now. Like, get out and breathe fresh air. If you've been cooped up because of all of this, like, don't be. Like, try to get out. Take drives with the family even. If you can just take drives with the family and it's cold out or whatever, that's better than staying at home and staring at the TV and electronic devices and just seeing the constant stream of bad news. Because we don't need that. You don't need it. Let's stay positive till this is over and get out and about. This was my first attempt at doing any kind of drive and talk at the same time, and I am actually really liking it, and I'm going to be doing this more often. It'd be cool to involve someone else, like get another friend in here and do like a drive and talk with 2 people. So maybe I'll get a wide lens out here and do that next time. Get a buddy that doesn't have the COVID. I'm actually delivering coffee today too, so currently, since we've been closed down, I've been doing deliveries of my whole bean coffee. You can get it ground also. You can message me on Facebook, I'll link it below, and place an order. I can actually deliver it to you or send it in the mail. I do all fresh roasted coffee, medium or dark roast. I go like, my lightest is like really on the light side of a medium, and my darkest right now is a Tanzanian pea berry, and it is close to a French roast dark. I don't typically take all my coffees that dark, and the pea berry I do also have available as a normal medium roast, kind of on the rich end of a medium roast. Other than that, this cold brew that I'm drinking right now, which I said again is super delicious, I am delivering that locally in jars. I don't have a method to ship it yet, and that's something I'm looking at for the future. The future of my company, I'd like to be primarily a roaster that distributes my cold brew in a concentrate as well as a ready-to-drink formula. But really, like, the film industry, production, that stuff I'm loving a lot, and I just want to stay involved in and really, like, kick off. But in the meantime, my passion still got some coffee involved in it. This passion for videography and cinematography and production is just growing every day, and I can't get enough of it. I love it. Like, I absolutely love it. I love putting content out there. So I'm about to my destination now. I will tune back in just a moment. I did my job, so I'm going back to home base to do actually some work on my website for the grind, and then maybe doing some of this editing. So I'd like to do some editing. I try to do a little bit of editing on something every day to kind of get myself better at it. Oh yeah, damaged my straw beyond repair, so now I'm using the zippy thing. Mind you, I should be doing that anyways. Everybody's gonna have to do this or go like no lids or something. I don't know. Biodegradable lids. That's probably expensive. I have no idea. I'm actually hoping not to have a storefront by that time and to just be focused on the roasting and the cold brew to consume at home, and that'd be cool. And then really focus on my video production. My aim right now on that side of the business is just to provide small businesses like mine with the opportunity to have affordable advertisement videos. Like when I first started the coffee shop, I looked into like a advertisement commercial, and like the production alone, not like actually having it put out anywhere, was like $2,000, and I'm like, that's not even feasible for me to like consider right now. So when I started doing stuff on my own and shooting video, I started to realize like I can research and figure out how to do all this stuff on my own, and practice makes perfect, or well, let's say practice makes progress. And I feel like with the practice that I've put in on making these cinematic and appealing videos, let's say that, and the practice in actually doing advertisement, like marketing side of things, is coming in handy. And I just want to keep that practice going so that I can, like, I don't know, pass on my knowledge one day, but also just produce some stuff that people won't forget. Everybody in this world wants to leave something behind, and we know that, you know, a little bit of doom and gloom here, but we know that, you know, nothing's forever. We're not forever. And beyond the stories that your kids tell about you, which, you know, I sit with. My dad passed away when I was 15, and there's not a lot of video or anything like that with him in it because he was always the one behind the camera for our home videos. I wish I would have been into cinematography back then and would have like done some more video work with him. There's nothing beyond our stories and his immediate friends' stories that's left behind of him to pass on from generation to generation. And something that I find so great is people like architects like Frank Lloyd Wright, and you know, then you get into authors and directors and stuff like that that have lived on past their generations and past their immediate generations because of their work. And that's what cinematography and production like really speaks to me, is that I could take what's in my mind and it could be left behind for generations to come just through the opportunity that they have to access the videos. And hopefully one day I can put out some stuff that, or be a part of something so major that it keeps my name around for generations to come. And mind you, like, your family is everything. We know that it's not forever. It's not forever. As much as we'd love it to be, it isn't. And that's what makes it beautiful. That's what makes every day count. That's why you need to be careful right now. And watch out for your family. Watch out for your loved ones. Watch out for the elderly. Man, they have stories. If you want stories, if you want ideas for cinema, like, talk to the elders that you know. Ask them about their life. Like, they will give you some freaking ideas that you wouldn't imagine on your own, because you didn't live through the stuff they lived through. I know you shouldn't and can't go speak to them in person right now, but man, do a video chat with somebody and just tell them you're interested in their life story. Like, you know that it's not forever. They know it's not forever. Let them know you're interested in finding out a little bit more about their life, and you'd like to help their legacy live on. I'm sitting at a red light right now in front of our Walmart, and it looks kind of like there's too many people at it. I mean, I'm just watching like 8 cars pull in from the other side of the stoplight right now. I mean, you can't control it. If you need something, you gotta get it, but go for stuff that you need, not that you want right now. It's hard to get that message across to people. People are so used to getting what they want when they want it. It's like if you want something to eat right now, like, unfortunately, you can't get exactly what you want. Sorry. Like, if you don't have it currently, don't be upset if you can't find it. Just gonna have to eat what's on the shelf. What's in your pantry, what's in your fridge. Make something. Get creative. You have to be creative in life right now because everything's so limited. And that's good for people. I think as Americans, like, living in one of the richest countries in the world with the most, like, at your fingertips or at your reach at every moment, you become, and I say this lightly, but you become spoiled in a way where you don't understand what it is to just, one, get what you need, but also, like, get what's available, not what you want immediately. It's like, I want it and I want it now is basically like how the American way is, and I'm glad that some people are realizing that you don't get what you want, and you don't get it right now all the time. And most other countries don't have that luxury. So I'm doing a banking transaction, so I am going to get off right now. Alright, I lied. I am doing a banking transaction, but this is not my typical bank, and I went in on the wrong side. And I think due to the way things are right now, and you can only go through the drive-thru, there's like a friggin' huge line. I'm going to take the camera off the tripod for a second and show the line. This is a very small town bank, so don't make fun of me. All to go to that little tiny teeny bank right there. Alright, let's get in line. This is going to be fun. I'm going to be waiting a little while. Funny thing is, if you look at my YouTube channel, you will see that there is an epic Girl Scout cookie video. What I'm doing right now actually is dropping off some of the money to the Girl Scout bank account for my kid. But check out that video. I'll link it up above, and you can check it out. It's pretty fun. I like to do a lot of stuff with my kids. So we've got the Carrie Carlton that is a series that I wrote. I'm currently writing the rest of this first short web series season. The pilot episode's about 10 minutes. Check it out, please, because I am writing the next 4 episodes that we're going to produce and have air by June. And I get to involve my oldest daughter, so as long as nothing keeps her from coming back up here. Some of the next episodes have to do with kind of what's going on right now, like a pandemic where a CDC agent needs help finding a missing boy who happens to be the little boy with the missing dog in the first episode. And so she needs help finding him, and knows that Carrie knows the boy, and has heard that Carrie Carlton is somewhat of a prodigy of a detective in the area, being only 9 years old and super intuitive. So the CDC agent gets Carrie, and they go looking for him, and it's a pretty fun adventure. I've got other stuff in the works. I wrote an animation, and I'd really like to continue it, but I don't have the animation skills for it. I started working on it, and animation's a lot of work. I thought about making it as a live action because I could feasibly do it, and that's called Andy's Incredible Summer. That one is actually based off of some of my childhood. The two main characters, Andy and Maggie, are kind of based off of me. Well, Andy's definitely based off of me, and Maggie's based off of my sister in a way. But Andy's Incredible Summer has to do with a boy and his sister, about 13 years old, and sister's about 11. And their father gets diagnosed with cancer, so they have to go and spend their summer with their Uncle Jim while their father goes and gets treatment. Within the first week of staying with him, they witness a very magical meteor shower with a huge colorful meteorite that goes across the sky. It breaks apart into parts, little individual pieces, towards the end of its trail across the sky. And when that happens, there's a lot of focus on Uncle Jim. And what hasn't been explained at this point yet is that Uncle Jim has a backstory. And his backstory is he was a geologist in western Kansas studying things like meteorite fragments. For people that don't know a lot about the geography of the world and stuff, western Kansas is a hot spot for finding meteorite fragments and mining that stuff. So it kind of plays off. So I digress. Uncle Jim has this backstory of coming across this mystical meteorite fragment years back, like 20 some odd years back. And when that happened, his professor, who was in a wheelchair, takes the meteorite fragment in his hand and he's immediately able to walk. That being said, Uncle Jim knows something here. He's been tracking the comet that he believes the meteorite fragment he found way back then came from. And when that comet is passing Earth, so happens to be the same summer Andy and Maggie are staying with him. And so that meteor shower that they witnessed that day was the exact meteor shower that Uncle Jim expected to happen from that comet. So when he sees this specific meteorite fly by that's sparkling the same colors as that fragment he found so many years ago, he knows he must find it and try to save their dad from cancer. So the whole story is basically about Uncle Jim dragging the two, without them really knowing what's going on, across Kansas to find this meteorite fragment, the specific one that's going to save their dad. So yeah, I hope to continue that story. I'm going to continue that story, but I don't know if I'm going to try to produce it as a cartoon or a live action. So we'll see if I can get people on board to do it on either side. I would be happy to make it on either end. But I'm passionate about that one. My dad truly did get cancer. He got cancer when I was around that age, 6th grade, end of 6th grade. So more like 11 or 12. And then he wound up passing away when I was 15. But who hasn't had a relative that got a terminal illness or something like that they wish there was some mystical cure for it out there? That would be awesome. So it would be, I think it would touch a lot of hearts and kind of give some hope where hope's needed. I don't know. Hopefully have some underlying meanings that people will enjoy. So that's a little bit about me and the stuff that I always have going on in my head. But I'm always cooking something up, so please keep an eye out. Like and subscribe. I'm here. I'm gonna keep putting content out here, and I just want to share it with the world is what I want to do. So I'm continuing writing. I'm writing all the time, and I'm coming up with new ideas, and I'm working with friends on ideas they have, and I'm trying to develop new friends in the same kind of field that I'm in. So if you're liking some of the stuff I've talked about, shoot me a message, contact me, put it in the comments, and then hopefully I can get in contact with you. We can work together on something. That'd be cool. Tell me if you want to work with me on something. Let's do this. So I'll see you guys next time. This was really fun doing this in the car. I'll spice all this together and hopefully we get some good stuff out of it. Hopefully we got good stuff out of it. So I hope you enjoyed. I had fun. I'm got to go through the bank now, and we'll do this again next time. But please, yes, like, subscribe, leave comments. Let's work together. Just check out some of the stuff I got coming out. See you guys next time.